Welcome to the Healing for the Soul podcast, where we dive deep into the unknown that is all things divine. My name is Heather, and I'll be your guide as we explore practical ways to deepen your connection to the superconscious, develop your spiritual gifts, and learn how to break down the barriers that sabotage us from experiencing our heaven on earth within right now. So get comfortable, grab something to jot your aha moments down on, surround yourself in a ball of white light that is source consciousness, and prepare to enter into a whole new world. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Healing for the Soul podcast. I'm excited to share what I have planned for you today because I feel in my heart how important it is for me to share. These perspective shifts have been massively transformative in my journey of bridging the gap between where I have come from to getting to where I knew in my heart I was meant to be. This can be a hard pill to swallow, at least I know it was for me, but the truth is we are all creating our own experiences here on earth. And it can be so hard to understand this because the illusions within this 3D matrix we are living in feels so incredibly real. But the truth is, nothing is as it seems, and the world is more mysterious and magical than you may realize. The truth is, the world is spinning right now, but we feel like we are standing still. We are divine beings made up of limitless potential, but we think we must obey the rules of the matrix, or in other words, the rules of our conditioning created from our environment and the society around us. Anyways, I'm not here to convince you that I have hard facts and that you need to believe a word that I'm saying. However, I am here to spark curiosity, and I have a feeling that if you allow yourself to follow it, you will experience some of the magic my clients and I have been experiencing as well. So coming back to what I was saying about how we are creating our own experience, even if it doesn't always seem like it sometimes. What this means is that all of our reactions, thoughts, judgments, opinions, ideas, and emotional, mental, or physical experiences are all objectifications of our inner world. So let's break this down into simpler terms that you've likely heard before. Our thoughts create our reality. The basis of this comes from the understanding that when we have an experience, we make a decision. And if we make that same decision over and over again, or in any way affirm that decision over and over again, it will begin to form into a belief. For a visual example, imagine that we have two people, person A and person B. Both people come across a honeybee. Person A had a cousin that got stung by a bee and had a terrible allergic reaction that caused her cousin to pass away. So when person A sees the bee, the decision that has been drilled into their head is that the bee is bad, dangerous, and deadly. This means that when person A sees the bee, they are producing all of the stress-inducing chemicals, creating him to be fearful, anxious, and focused on the pain, not only creating more trauma for the body to store, but reliving the initial trauma created to begin with, furthering the belief stored in the subconscious of the bee being evil. However, person B has a family who runs a honeybee farm. And their experience of the bees is that they're really cool, great to have around, and amazing creatures. This means that when she sees the bee, she's in awe, excited, and has great memories and feelings circulating within the subconscious mind. So it is creating a really pleasant experience for her when she sees the bee. The point of this story is that the bee is only a bee at the end of the day. And the bee has nothing to do with the experience that person A or B is having. Person A and person B are having experiences solely based on the decisions they have made around the external world that is surrounding them. So what this means is that no person, place, condition, or thing is the source of our abundance and joy, nor our misery or failures. So in a very specific term, this means that money, our jobs, our lovers, our children, or anything outside in the external world is never the reason for our joy or our sadness. This may be something that you are hearing and can see how this is making sense. Therefore, meaning you are absolutely retaining this information on an understanding level. But if you are anything like me, after you listen to this, even if you're feeling lit up and excited, You might not really know how to take this understanding and implement the lessons that it wants to teach you into your own life. So it is my hope that after listening to this full episode, you will have more insights on how to do just that. So I want to share some personal examples with you from my own life to help you see how there are more than likely many moments in your day to day that you are thinking your good or bad experiences are happening because of external things or conditions. So, the first thing I want to disclaim is that this lesson will translate in more than one way, meaning there are many ways that we can begin to shift our reality from our experience that will not begin to become conscious to you until you begin to work with the superconscious alongside of you. And I give full credit to the superconscious for everything that I have been able to awaken to and achieve, because I know that without the guidance of source, these awarenesses that I have today would have stayed dormant. And I wouldn't even be able to see them through the lens of truth to make a change to begin with. So, the first experience I want to share is around the conditioning of physical health, such as wanting to lose weight, be healthy, or be more mindful when eating. I used to create these meal plans, make a list of rules and habits that I needed to follow in order to be successful. And if you were with me for the previous episode, we all know how the divine tends to check out of the manifesting process when there are rules and conditions. So, the first lesson that Source helped me learn with this experience is that I was giving my self-image a lot of my power. And a good rule of thumb to know when you have or are giving your power away to something is when you might say things like, I'll be happy when I am this way, or achieve this goal, or have this thing. And what I mean when I say giving your power away is when you think that something outside of you in the external world is going to bring you abundance, joy, peace, fulfillment, or on the other side, lack, misery, or pain. I'm not saying that we shouldn't educate ourselves on nutritional well-being and strive to take care of our health and take it seriously. But when we are doing it for a result, it can turn into a chore that feels like we should be doing this instead of an effortless way of being that just so happens to support our most optimal health. So when we take our power back from the self-image or the societal standards, we can actually create what we want with more ease and flow. So how do we take our power back then? The key to taking our power back is the realization of what is causing and creating our power to begin with, which is source, consciousness, creator, God, or whatever you want to refer to it as. The deeper we create a connection to this source, the easier it becomes to channel this source. When you are in direct channel of the source, then things like your relationships, your health, your career, and finances all begin to fall into place. One thing you can do to help this process begin is to ask yourself, what is it that you think the thing you are wanting so badly is going to do for you? How are those desires going to make you feel if you have them? How do you think it will make you show up? Or what capabilities do you believe it's going to give you? Once you figure out what you think these things are going to do for you, you are closer to taking your power back from it and releasing those desires. I know you're probably thinking, Heather, I don't want to release my desires because then I can't have them. This is the opposite of the truth, though. So you see, spirit likes to work in riddles and likes to work a little bit in a topsy-turvy kind of world. Meaning, if you can release your desires, it is when you are ready to really experience them and they will manifest before you. So, with that being said, once you have figured out what you think having your desires is going to do for you, you now actually have the roadmap to getting what you want and allowing those desires to come to you effortlessly through the law of attraction. Looking for ways to create those experiences within you right now will be the work you need to do to manifest those desires. The law of attraction cannot bring them to you if you keep speaking in terms of tomorrow, such as when this comes, I'll be happy. You must be the thing you think your desires are going to create so that the law of attraction can provide you with your wants. Meaning, if you want to experience material wealth overflowing, you must first feel wealthy today, right now, as if it is happening. If you don't know how being wealthy will make you feel, imagine you have just been told that you have won or inherited $1 million, and it came with no sacrifices and only in perfect ways. How would you feel and behave? What are the things you would do first? Once you figure this out, you can begin to dig your ditches, or in other words, prepare for your desires to come through. If you would feel excited or adventurous, what can you do right now to make you feel more like that? If one of the actions you would take is to give back to others in need, how can you do that right now with what you have? And it doesn't have to be with money. It can be with the way you listen to others, show up in curiosity for others' needs, with non judgment. It can be donating things that you have but you don't have a need for anymore, because money is not the source of anyone's abundance. Only the superconscious is. Therefore, there are other things such as your home, your family, your work, or even your body that you have currently that has the ability to create the feelings of wealth, because source consciousness is the substance of everything around you. The more you feel wealthy and behave in ways that you think you would be if you were rich, the more you become in alignment with your desires, and the more your frequency lines up with the energy of wealth, and the more wealth you begin to attract into your life. One of the best practices you can do to help you with this, that helps quickly and will allow you to do this right now with whatever you have, is a gratitude practice. So thinking of the things that you are grateful for and saying, I am grateful for this because why? Why am I grateful for this? What does it do for you? And again, really start to expand this idea of gratitude, because an attitude of gratitude creates an attitude of abundance. Okay. So that is a great practice you can do. And I hope that you are able to follow me with all of this so far. But the main point that I'm wanting to make here is that the superconscious is the source of your power. Therefore, is the source of your abundance and joy. When we go on the journey inward, we are able to begin to unravel all of the decisions that have led into the beliefs that we carry that end up standing in the way of our heaven on earth, our happily ever after, or manifesting our dream life. So we are coming up for our time for today, but I hope you will be sure to join me for the continuation of these insights. And in the next episode, we will explore deeper into what that inner work looks like, along with some tools and perspective shifts that will help make exploring the shadows a bit easier for you. If you enjoyed today's episode, I would love to hear your thoughts in the comments or reviews. I'd also love to hear any questions or curiosities you may have for me to answer in upcoming episodes. Please be sure to share this with others you think might benefit, and subscribe so you don't miss upcoming talks. For now, practice seeing everything as an opportunity for you to take your power back. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. Light and love to you all, and I'll see you next time.